Hey, Unstuckers! Welcome to Casual Friday, where Josh and I take a mo to have a mini mastermind, problem solve, and set goals so we can keep the ball rolling on our own businesses. This week on the podcast, we talked to Joanne Williams about Anxiety Simplified. Go check that out if you missed it. It's on Wednesday, and it's also there today because that's how podcasts work. So be sure to go back and check that episode out. Josh, let's tell the good people. Let's remind them rather of what your goals were for last week because that's how we do it. If you didn't do your goals, I get to donate money to the American Nazi Party, a party that you don't
That's right.
like. And then if I don't do my goals,
In case that wasn't obvious.
and then if I don't do my goals, you donate $50 to the NRA. I'm just not a super huge gun fan. So tell me what your goals were. Did you do them, or can I donate your money?
First of all, as soon as we started the podcast, my dog started chewing her squeaky toy. So apologies. She actually is not a huge squeaky toy squeaker, but she chose now to be the 5% of her life that
Good
she
job,
tries
Penny.
to do it.
I don't allow them in the house.
Anyway. Oh, yes. I do, just because she's not very active with it too often, except when we're recording podcasts. So, oh well. All right. So what I did this week was I said I would do 3 hours of my course, and I didn't know what was next, etc. I did barely. I did exactly 3 hours, and I did 2 hours and change of that last night. I was like, oh crap, where did the week go? I don't want to donate money to the American Nazi Party. So, and that's what motivates me, not getting the job done, learning new things. No, it's not giving money to the American Nazi Party.
Remember how little we'd get done
So
when
I
our
did
money
it.
wasn't on the line?
Right? We'd be like, I didn't do it this week. So I did it. Part of the course was hey, now that you've learned this section, go apply your knowledge. So actually a lot of what I did was take the knowledge I learned last week and a little this week and started working on a song I was editing. So that was good. But yeah, 3 hours barely done. It's been such a busy week. It wouldn't have been done if money wasn't on the line. So
Damn. Well, good shit.
Yeah. How
So
about
I
you?
had a plethora of goals because that's how I keep my shit in check. Obviously, when money is on the line. So my big scary audacious goal was to sell on Clubhouse to pitch to one big room, and I did try doing that. I raised my hand, and they did not accept me because I was not famous enough apparently to be in that room. So instead, I pitched on multiple small rooms. There you have it. Rude. Yeah.
You got to work on being
Apparently,
more famous.
I don't
Joe.
have 100 followers yet on Clubhouse, so that could be in part why. But the room was also more tech based, and the people that they had, it was like a Shark Tank style room. So the people that they had up there were looking for very specific things, and I didn't meet any of their criteria. So I just went back into some mommy rooms, and we had good talks. Yeah. Okay. So that was one of my goals. Sell on
Excellent.
Instagram stories. Did that. I have one more day left since obviously it's Thursday, but today I'm talking about my origin story, and then I have a very specific ask, and I don't remember what it was, but I'll be doing that after we're off of here. Facebook group outreach and interaction, both on my own Facebook group, the Save Time Cooking group, as well as other mommy-based groups, and I've been doing that. I've been trying to add a ton of value and respond to people. 3 blog posts that were mostly done have all been posted. The answers for the questionnaire, not the questionnaire, the quiz that I created are all done. And that was a today thing. Oy, I don't know. My lack of sleep this week really messed me up, and I'll explain that a little bit more. But yeah, those were all my goals for the week, and I'm excited to get shit done more. Get more shit done this week.
Get shit done more. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Josh, we've come to an impasse. I don't have a thing. Yes.
A timer.
Yep.
Yeah. So hey, podcasters, we are live on Instagram as we record this right now. Hi, Instagram. And we are running an experiment to see if that's interesting. So if you're not following us on Instagram, do so because this is goofy shit. And since we both use the timer on our phone, we just realized, oh wait, we didn't account for something. All right. Luckily, I have an Apple Watch,
Oh,
so I'll
cool, cool,
time us
cool.
both.
I just brought up a Google thing. If you put into Google timer 10 minutes, the first thing that pops up on the page is a 10-minute timer, and I have that up. So either way,
Oh, perfect. You time me, I'll time you. That way, you can stop
perfect.
me.
All right, are you ready? Go.
I'm ready. Okay. So this week has been all about building the plane as you take off. Not the safest of methods, but honestly, what happens in building a business
Hey.
quite often. So, on the IT side of things, I had a client ask me if I did SEO, search engine optimization for websites, and they had a Wix website. And I was like, yeah, I've done that for my own website on Wix through their like little whatever. And I guess I could help out. Sure. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how long it'll take. They were like, well, we had somebody, but they didn't finish and they kind of disappeared. Oh, all right. That's weird. And I was like, yeah, well, let me look into it. So I looked into it, like looked into the website. I saw that it seemed mostly done. I just needed to tweak some things. I followed lots of advice articles on Wix and their little wizard to do that, and I googled a bunch of things to do to Wix websites to do SEO. Um, and I just basically demystified SEO for myself. Now I like know what other people I know in the industry who do SEO. I like know what they do now. I'm like, oh, that is annoying and complicated. I see why you'd pay for that. so so I did it. And I was like, I don't know. I think it sounds like it's mostly done. Maybe like 2 or 3 hours of my time. It took me like 3 hours and 15 minutes. I billed them for three. So I got lucky there because I had no idea really how long to quote them for.
Yeah.
and and so that's good. And then while I was like, said I would do it, but hadn't quite done it yet, another longtime client of mine was like, hey, do you do SEO for Wix? Because I have a website. And I was like, funny you should ask. So I said, absolutely. And if you, and I've never done it for a client before, I've done it for myself, but I, I've known this client a long time, so it was easy to like level with them. I was like, but if you give me till tomorrow when I'm done doing it for a client and timing myself, I know how much to quote you. And he was like, yeah, let me know. so so I did that. And they don't have it partially done. They have it not done. So I quoted like 3 times the time just to give myself plenty of wiggle room, and then I can hopefully come under the budget. And they were like, great, do it. so
Sweet.
so now I've done one and I'm gonna do another, and it's not something I do much of, but I'm getting into it because people are asking me to. And so I'll do it. So that was one thing. And it went well so far, and hopefully the next one goes even better because I know a little more about what I'm doing. But it just wanted to bring it up because it's an example all the time of like, yeah, I don't make the form until I need the form, I don't make the thing. And so just like someone asked me, and I go, yeah. Let me see if I can figure that out. Go worst come to worst, I can't figure it out. And I go, no, sorry, and I won't charge you anything. Like,
Can you figure out how to do it for
but
Squarespace so that you can do mine?
yeah, absolutely. um so so yeah, and I think it's like it's not very platform specific. It's just each platform has a way that you do things. So
Yeah.
it's mostly familiarity with the platform. Once you have that and you know what to do, what the SEO checklist is. Some of it has nothing to do with the platform. It has everything to do with Google listings and shit. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I did that. And then I had a co-write this week. We
Woo!
were picking up a song that we started writing a year and a half ago
Oh my
almost.
god.
And we both kind of put it to the side and we were like, yeah, it's kind of up like positive in like maybe a cheesy way. I don't know. It's fine. It's a fine song. I like the tune, like the melody is good. So we're coming back to it like, yeah, I don't know. We both listened to it, and a year into the pandemic, this positive, sappy, cheesy song was like, maybe this is just what the world needs right now. But it was just funny how like our experience of the pandemic really um really changed our perspective on this song. So anyway, we did that. We kind of finished the draft of writing it, and we're going to start recording and producing it with my newfound skills in the next couple weeks. She's going to be the singer on it, so she's going to play with key to make sure we're picking the right key to record in, and then we'll for her voice, and then we'll go with that. But fun thing is, she's an independent artist here in Albuquerque, and um, she was like, "Yeah, I know you're doing sync stuff." So I told her how I just started like, I made the website a few weeks ago. I'm doing this thing like because I want to like reach out to people, and she was like, "Great, well, sign me up whenever you're ready to sign people up." And I was like, 100%. Like, she has one song released on Spotify right now, and she's working on a whole album, but
Sick.
it's a really awesome song. And so I was like, oh hell yeah, I love that song. Like, and I think you got a professional tone about you. So definitely like once I get there. Again, building the plane before it takes off or as it
I
takes
don't think
off.
that's what the Wright
Um
brothers recommended.
no, it was not in their pamphlet. But the again, doing that, I last night was just on Facebook. I'm in a bunch of different Facebook groups, and one group posted a pitch opportunity, and we're looking for a song kind of like X, Y, and Z, right? Um, and I was like, huh, that sounds like Lauren's song. And so I went back to her song on Spotify and listened to it. I was like, this is perfect for that opportunity. So I texted her and I was like, hey, as luck would have it, I'm ready to sign your song right now and pitch it. Do you have all of this information ready to go? And so late last night, early this morning, she was giving me stuff. I was uploading it and sending it off. And it's now on the 505
Oh my
Songworks
god!
website as a featured song. So I've got my first other artist that I had nothing to do with the song whatsoever
Yay!
represented by 505 Songworks. Just because I was like, actually, this would be perfect. And I already kind of laid the groundwork a little bit. So let me just say, let's go. And so she's been super down and awesome. So yeah, like two like I think I could do that kind of things happened this week that so far have been like running as fast as I can. and and so far I'm keeping just ahead of, whatever's chasing me in that metaphor. I don't know. But yeah, so it's been a very busy week and an exciting week in that sense. And then the last thing I'll say is that uh there was a lull in JBit. Like I've been saying, it's been going gangbusters. I've been making so much money if I just show up to work. It's been great, right?
Yeah.
For like 3 months. The last 2 weeks have been low. Last week was
And
very
you took
low.
Friday off.
But
Yay.
granted, I took Friday off. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday so far, we're recording this on Thursday, so I don't know about Thursday, have already like made my week and made up for last week.
Dude, that's
so
awesome.
um so I think two things. One, the lull was short. Two, it's good that I took some time off because now that people called like crazy the last few days, I've had the energy to just respond and do it. So I've made money. So I think it was, uh, it was an experiment I was very confident would be a good idea. But I think the experiment worked out. Like I took a 3-day weekend, I really decompressed, and people called me on Friday. Damn it. They really tried to make me work on Friday. And I was like, nope, I've made this decision. Done.
That's good.
And I mean, I changed my voicemail, my email, autoresponder, everything. And and as hard as it was for a people pleaser to not go, I can help you right now. I'm not really doing anything. I did not. And so that was good. I came Monday. I got all the calls from Friday done. A few more calls came in on Monday. Just bam, 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 bam. And I had all the energy to do it. And I still have energy here on Thursday. So I think it was a grand idea. And it's another reminder, just like, take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Put on your
Preach,
oxygen
girl.
mask as you're building the plane before you build an oxygen mask for somebody else. So yeah, it totally worked, and I am grateful for all of that. I I don't really have any like brainstormy questions because I've just been fire under my ass going this week. And I'm like, oh, it's time to record a podcast.
I have a question for
So
you,
that's mostly just the
if
report.
that's cool.
Yeah.
We have like 30 seconds left on your clock. You're
Go for
probably
it.
not going to hear it.
Great.
But how did your editing process go? I know you only spent 3 hours on it this week, but how did that go now that you've delved a little bit deeper into it?
Good. Overwhelming, but good. So what I realized I needed to do, and it's probably going to be my goal this week, is I've got a lot of knowledge of things, editing audio and all this stuff. You okay? What happened to you? Oh, I didn't hear that at all. Okay. Google Timer has just broken Chel's ear. Oh, man. Well, now I've lost you on Zencaster. Uh-oh, too much technology. We broke it. Here, wait. I can listen to you on Instagram Live. Hi, Instagram people. How are you? We're gonna take a moment here because the podcast software
I'm
crashed.
back.
Oh, she's back. All right. This will all be edited out of the podcast. This bullshit right here.
Did you hear that though? It was terrible.
That was a terrible sound, and I'm sure it was way louder for you than it was for the podcast listener. Oh well. So in answer to your question, before you that was so funny because you had a face, but I couldn't hear anything, so you were just like, ah. I was like, what's going on? Did I say something offensive? I don't know what happened. Anyway, this casual Friday, super casual, as are all casual Fridays, even when it's Thursday.
Cheers.
All right, so what was I saying? Oh, so it's overwhelming because I have a lot of knowledge of different things. I'm still learning more things, skills, and this. Try this and do this, and I don't have an order to do things in, right? And that's the part that's overwhelming. And I think it's kind of buried in the course. And I think I've had some downloads like when I first got this course, like a year or two ago, that kind of give a roadmap. So I need to just delve into the handouts, the download PDF things, and kind of just look at the course overview and make my own little roadmap. Because once I have a workflow, like, cool, you get a song, this is what you do with it, and then on the other end, boom, song is done, right? And that's all just a jumbled mess of try this and do this, and then like, am I mixing now? Am I editing now? Am I recording now? What am I doing? You know, and so I need to be like, record, edit, but like, what are all the subcategories of each of those, right? Mix, master, all that stuff. So, so I need to make a workflow, and I think that'll make it less overwhelming and more like streamlined, because like, this is what I'm doing now. Just do this. And the other thing I think that'll help too, this is like a trick I've learned from writers, like novel writers and such, screenwriters, is when you're trying to write a book, it can be really overwhelming, right? But if you when you drop the pen or you stop typing or whatever, make sure you have something else to say. Cut yourself off early, because that'll get you to come back to the keyboard, right? So if you're like writing and it's like, cool, and then in the next paragraph I'm gonna have to say something about how the monster eats them or whatever in my book that I'm writing. and you'd be like, cool, instead of writing that and then being tapped out and being like, all right, I can't write anymore, because the next day you come back and you'd be like, oh, the first thing I'm gonna have to do is think about what do I have to do next. Versus if you cut yourself off early, knowing what you're going to say next, when you think I have to write more today, you're going to be like, oh, and I get to write when the monster eats them. You know? And just like,
dude, I love that.
Not having to do the first step, which is what am I going to do today, is key. And so I'm taking that kind of idea and like, if I can make a roadmap of how a song is mixed, recorded, and produced, then I can be like, cool, right now I'm doing X, and when I'm done with X, I know that Y is coming next, you know, so that the next day when I'm like should I do music? I don't even know what I'm going to do. It's more like, no, I'm working on that song. Y is next. And then it's Z. Maybe I can do Y and Z tonight. so, so I
Dude,
think
I
that's
love
where
that
I'm at. So
technique.
good question. That led to a lot of thought and a goal for this week.
Hey, is that called something? I really like that technique.
I don't know of it being called anything, but it's brilliant. It
It
works in
really is
so many
smart.
things in my life.
Dude. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
On a personal note, I attempted recording this past weekend and like doing it all a cappella. It's really fucking hard. Let me just throw that out there. It's
Recording music.
really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like being every part, like being the bass, being like the
Oh. Yep. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my God. It's really hard and it sounded terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets, there's so much to do to make a song sound just polished, you know?
Oh yeah,
Um,
totes.
it's
Cool.
ridiculous. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. You ready? It
Excellent.
looks like you have a laundry list.
This is just my list from the week. It always looks scary and really overwhelming.
It does. Every time you hold that up, I'm like, that alone gives me the anxiety to shut down and not do anything.
I wrote a lot of this today, and it was just like an empty piece of paper for my notes, but I have a blank piece of paper here, you'll be happy to know, blank on both
Ooh.
sides, so
Ooh.
it's ready for ideas.
Grand. All right. 10 minutes. Go.
Okay, so I think I was going to touch base on the Clubhouse thing. So the big groups, I've found, like I thought it was a scary goal that I wanted, but it's not a goal. It's just not ideal. I think Clubhouse groups, like maybe under 100, are probably solid places to pitch your business and actually start meaningful conversations with people. Lesson learned. So consider that going forward for everyone on Clubhouse. You heard? Cool.
Heard.
Josh, I want to touch base early on the quiz that I sent you. You have some notes on, okay, so I guess just backtrack, guys. So I created a quiz as a lead funnel, lead generator. The tentative title is something along the lines of like, learn your, like, what is your home cooking skill? I don't remember. I think I have it up on another page. Please hold. Let me bring it up so I can speak to it more clearly.
Please hold.
Yeah. Test your home cook knowledge. Can you amp up your skills? I don't know if I like that, but I think I want to infer that like you always have room to grow. Like I think that's the point of the quiz, because ideally they'd be purchasing my mini course to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your notes? I think that's my question.
That's your question. I was waiting for more. Let me bring it up again. So I didn't really have any other than a few formatting things. I already
Okay.
texted you earlier, but like there was like a series of 4 pictures and there were like 3 in a row on the top and 1 in the bottom.
Okay. I'll
That
see if I
was
can
just
mess with
like
that.
visually pleasing if it was 2 by 2, you know.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, I only got one of your results right.
Okay. Yeah.
I answered all of my silly answers as best I
Oh,
could,
so you got
and
dishwasher. Excellent.
exactly to see what the heck you called it. And sure enough, it said you're a dishwasher / newbie, and you have a you have a good use of memes all the way
Thank
through.
you. I tried. I tried to
Yeah,
make it funny.
yeah, it is. It's entertaining. So everyone, once you release this, everyone should go take it just for fun because it is entertaining and it takes all of 5 or 10 minutes. And the yeah, and in the page I got anyway for the dishwasher. Actually, let me try changing the screen size while we're at it. Yeah, so there's just a couple of formatting things like for instance, like, oh, hey, I'm the person behind the tips, dot, dot, dot. Let me introduce myself. Um, like it's most of that fits on the line except myself. And
Oh.
when one word doesn't fit, it just
Oh,
kind of
weird. Okay.
looks
Yeah.
funky. So I would
Yeah.
just make all of let me introduce myself the next line. Just stuff like
In the
that. Just
editor, it doesn't show up like that. It's so
interesting.
strange.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just playing with switching my window around and it stays consistent on this side. So
Okay.
look at it live. But
Cool.
yeah, because editors always do that kind of
Do you
crap.
think that there's value in the answer? I think that's my biggest concern. Is there a value with the 1, 2, 3 tips?
Um, I think so. Like when you're when you're a newbie or a dishwasher and you know it, and you clap your hands, um, then there's not much surprise or real value there, but it's entertaining. And then the value
Okay.
comes in the end because probably the reason you're looking at this is to see what you can offer, right? If you're a newbie anyway. So I
Yeah.
think like there's not a lot of value being called a newbie. You're like, yeah, I got it, but it's entertaining enough. But then the value comes when like what I love is that pretty quickly like your dishwasher, here's what that is. Don't even worry about it. Here's some tips. Like you just give them value instantly
Okay.
without asking them to sign up or
Yeah.
go here to download a PDF or anything like that. It's just like, here's some tips to get you started. 1, 2, 3, bam.
Cool.
Oh, speaking of, as I'm looking at this, one is one parenthesis and two is two period. So check that formatting.
Oh, okay, cool.
um, but just mega value, and then it's like, oh, here's who I am, because you're like, who the hell is she? Is she
Yeah.
calling me a dishwasher? What does she know? Oh, she knows shit. Okay, and then at the very end, it's like, yeah, buy the mini course. So yeah, I would. Oh, the other thing you point out, at least in this page, that the mini course is only $30. You'll be able to blah 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 blah, and then buy the mini course as a button. I would
Yeah.
put like um under the button again, like in small text, like it's only $30.
Okay. Cool.
Because a lot of people, like what I just did, will just kind of scroll through and be like, this, that, skipping that part, don't care. There's the button, and if they
Yeah.
if they see the button, they're gonna be like, how much is it though? So
Cool.
so yeah, just little things like that. But I think
Sweet
that
deal.
the overall is a lot of value and a pitch and fun. So I think you did all the things you need to do in a quiz.
Awesome. I
And do
have
you
another
collect their
question for you.
emails when they take the quiz?
I have to pay for them to do that, like a lead capture thing. So I'm
Hmm.
debating whether or not to see if I should do that
How
or
much is
leave
that?
them. I think it's like 23 a month.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm
It
not
might be
sure.
worth doing like the first month and do a major push with it and see if it's
Yeah.
worth it. And
Yeah.
because 23 a month forever for a quiz you kind of use, probably not worth it. But if you
Yeah.
do a major push for a month, you can make that $23 worth it.
Yeah. So I'll consider that.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you next week.
Yeah.
Um, And then my next question. So on Instagram, I have a weekly show called Mama, What's in Your Pantry? And typically I was doing that on Wednesdays. I'm now switching that to Mondays so that I can make Wednesdays Winging It Wednesdays,
Ooh. Are we cooking
where
wings?
it sounds delightful, but no, it's like literally just like whatever I have in my pantry, whatever I have in my fridge, and I attempt to make a meal with it. So my business coach brought this to my attention. She's like, what's the value for your clients or like your prospects? And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, well, they can understand that like you can put things together like this very quickly. Um, but I think past that, I was having trouble like figuring out what their value of it would be. And then I was thinking like if they want to, like they can pop in live and like we can chat. But then Instagram has also changed their platform now where you can have like we're in the live room together, but if I end this room, we're both gone.
Right.
Like if I press the little thingy at the top, like do you have an option to leave the room? Do you have like a little
Yeah.
X?
I have an X.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I think the thing would be like to ask that person to like X out of the room
Oh,
because
you can't kick me out.
no, I can't kick you out
Mm.
anymore. So like
Mm.
that's kind of annoying. Um but yeah, so I don't know if you want to help me brainstorm like other value added things that they could get from winging it Wednesday. I think like moms want to see time saving, right? So maybe like winging it Wednesday in under 20 or something like that. I think that could be kind of cool to show that like a meal can come together super quick. Um yeah. What else? I mean, it doesn't have to be an answer right now, but like maybe just ponder that over the next couple of days.
I think too, to get algorithm engagement and stuff, like
Yeah.
ask them for maybe like what's in their pantry or something in the comments,
Yeah.
so that you have an idea for what to do next week for Winging It Wednesday.
Mm.
You can be like, have ideas for next Winging It Wednesday. What's in your pantry? Let's see what I can come up with.
Yeah.
And you'll get a lot of comments, which is good for the algorithm. And then you might get people to come back and see if their idea was used too.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think the engagement aspect of it is imperative, but like also the entertainment aspect of it is imperative because people want to work with me for my personality, right? And like me showing up live is like genuinely me. I don't know if you saw it, but this morning I literally did like how I brew my coffee in the morning, and that was pre-caffeinated, Cel. Oh, it was rough. It was real rough, but like someone asked for it, so I did it, like
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I guess, the question is, do you have a lot of people watching live when you do that at the time? Or is that still
Mama, What's
low?
in Your Pantry, I would say initially got some really good live watching, but I was also doing them a lot later in the evening. So I was doing them around like 4 p.m. Eastern. But I've switched them to like earlier in the mornings, and not as many people are on live, but they are still getting, I don't know, I'd say like between 50 and 100 views every week. So
yeah, I wonder too if lives like during the day are bad because people are like scrolling on their phone at work. They're not supposed to be, so they don't want to unmute and see what the hell you're talking about.
yeah,
Which then means you do have to continue your terrible sleep schedule of
I don't function well. I can't.
Yeah, I would not recommend that. And that's time for you, by the way.
Yeah.
So what else you got? Anything to wrap up with?
I'll talk about this more in the goals, but one of my blogs for the online store wasn't used this month. I had to completely rewrite it, so I'm gonna pitch that blog to another another publication online to see if that flies.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean it's written already, right? Might as well use it and see if I can get money.
Exactly.
And then if not, then I can post it on my own blog.
Exactly. Yeah, cool. Good shit.
Cool.
All right. Goals?
You go first.
I'm going. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just posing the question and
Goals?
throwing it out there.
I was posing, are we ready to move on to goals? But I shortened it to goals.
That was semi-wizard voice, Josh.
Okay, wizard voice Josh is the best Josh. I don't know why I bring this bullshit regular Josh to the podcast when I could be wizard Josh. Goals. All right. Okay, so my goals, as previously mentioned, I need to make a road map for a song, producing a song, including what I know of so far of things that I don't know about, and then I'll edit it later. Like I'm not going to make a fancy PDF because I'll edit it as I learn more, but just kind of on some paper, scratch out like first this, then this. That's going to give me a lot of oomph and clarity on what I'm doing there, and then. The other thing is I've got a co-write that I started a few weeks ago that I've been sitting on for too long. We've both been kind of like, I'm busy because money's not on the line. So I'm going to put money on the line and make it part of my goal. I need to do my part in getting that song moving again this week. And I think that's going to be it outside of the show up every day at JBit and answer the phone and try and make money. It's exhausting.
Having a real job where you have to do things?
Having a real day job and then trying to build something on the side that could potentially take all the hours of a real day job is exhausting. I see why it's a struggle for people. I mean, I've done it before. I'll do it again, but dang it. How about you, Cel? What are your goals?
The life of a serial entrepreneur, Okay, cool. So this week I'm going to refine my quiz, launch it potentially with the monetary backing so I can get email addresses. I'm going to book 3 podcast spots because I didn't brag about this already. I've been on 3 other podcasts this week. NBD, kind of BD, 1 already scheduled for next week. So NBD. But yeah, so book 3 podcast spots, book 3 lives, and that can be on either Instagram or my private Facebook group, one or the other. Brainstorm Winging It Wednesday a little bit more, and I'm going to launch that next week. So We'll see how that goes.
Sweet.
The pitch the blog that I didn't use that I just talked about. And then I'm going to do some marketing research. So I'm going to reach out to 20 people, hopefully get on a quick chat with 5 of them, just to gain some better insight into mom's preferred like talking methods. Like, would they prefer like information over DMs? Would they prefer a Facebook, like would they prefer going to a Facebook group, or like would they prefer like hopping on a call, which I found not to be the case thus far, and I can go into later next week. But like, yeah, I think just some market research this week.
Nice.
I think that's it.
Good shit.
That's what this crazy piece of paper broke down to.
All right. Godspeed next week's blank piece of paper.
Thank you. All right. Well, for those on Instagram, for those on the YouTubes, for those listening in the podcast, this is a wrap on Cash Fry. If you have questions for Cash Fry, email us at unstuck.institute@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram, at unstuck.institute. If you haven't already, be sure to download our free PDF of the Life Book to keep your ball rolling on your own productivity. Get your Life Book today at unstuck.institute/lifebook. And just like that, we're saying goodbye to another week. Goodbye, week. Hello, weekend.
What
Ciao!
a solemn ending. Bye.